Come on, little one. Come on.
All right. Here it is. So this is the calf. This calf actually technically went septic, where it gets poisons in the blood, I guess is what the way I understand it. So that means all the infection, in this case, when it went septic, all of the infection went to its lower feet and the hoof area, and it got infection in the joint right there. And so what happened is we took this to the vet, and the vet worked on three out of the four. The vet worked on 3 out of the 4 hooves here. So this calf was a project, to say the least, by the time we got it here. And actually didn't really know if it was gonna live or not live, but we thought, well, we'll at least bottle feed it and see what we can do. Well, it's obviously lived and doing fairly well. I think her feet are still pretty darn tender. But what we're gonna do today is we've been bottle feeding. We've also actually been treating this calf with an antibiotic because of the infection in the hooves. Just with the infection and everything going on, we followed protocol completely on what the vet gave us. So it was 3 days of anti-inflammatory stuff, and then it will be a total stretch of 2 weeks of antibiotics. Not every day, but that's how long that will be administered from start to finish. Okay, so I'm not actually sitting on this calf, but I just want the legs out so that I can work on them here. I don't really have a table or anywhere to tie it down, so this is kind of the best that I got going. So this was done a few days ago, and it seems really clean and it's not wet or anything, so I kind of left it. Now we need to just go ahead and take this old bandages off and see what's under here. Of course, I'm using my preschool scissors, which that's the way to go when you're doing any kind of veterinary. I'm no veterinarian, I suppose, but here are my preschool scissors. So anyways, we'll take this outer layer off, and you can see that the gauze is a little bloody, so there's been some, she's getting rid of that infection by the blood. But look at how clean that is. We've really tried hard to keep this calf clean as we can. Pull it off. We'll pull it off the hoof here, and I'll show you exactly what we're dealing with. This side of the hoof is fine, but what you'll see is on the other side, it's not fine. And that's tender, because if you can see, this is the problem right here. Can you see that? This gauze goes all the way through and comes out the other end, but it's drained and it just needs a little bit of attention. And it doesn't smell terrible at all. We're gonna use this ointment, and what I'm gonna do, it's just so bad. It's just such a bad deal that I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna completely wrap it one more time, and that'll be a total of, I guess, 3 times. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it and stuff the ointment in there one more time, and just make sure that that healing is gonna happen. But what happened is there's a hole drilled through here, and what that does is it drills the knuckle, so there's like a hole in that knuckle. So instead of being able to do this, there's actually a hole drilled here now, and it leaves a little spot, and so that when that heals, there's a little bit of a gap here, and when that heals, the infection will be drained out. and that'll heal back in together again, and it'll be able to work well, I guess. That's the idea. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to pull that out. Now this is gonna be, this is gonna be tender for that calf. So this is gonna hurt. Oh, you can see that coming out. That was all the way through. It doesn't smell bad. It's not rotten or nothing. We're okay. It's been in there for, I want to say, about 4 days. You can see there, though, you know, that's not good. This is just part that was. So we're gonna put some ointment back in it. Okay, we got some gauze here. What I'm gonna do is wrap some ointment, pick some in there, and wrap it up in that gauze. And what I'm hoping is that maybe, oh, that's too much. But what I'm hoping is I can get it kind of all gauzed up. Maybe I can use this for all 4 of the hooves. And then that way it can just bring that gauze back through there, just how the vet had it before. So I'm gonna try to just do that. It's still tender. We're gonna try to stuff that in there. So we did get the gauze. The hole was here, and we went ahead and went all the way through. We're gonna just put a little bit more gauze through, kind of between the hoof here, and just wrap that whole area. We're just trying to get that ointment basically to stay put. So that's the idea there. Now we're gonna wrap a little bit of gauze around the hoof area here. And once again, I am no vet, but I know that I tend to get the wrap that I'm gonna wrap around here. I tend to get that too tight. And that gauze is going to be a little bit of a barrier, just so that I don't wrap it too tight. So this is the outcome of the way that I want it to look. We've got the one side of the claw completely covered. This is the tender side here, but I'm pushing right on where that hole is, that draining, and she's not even flinching. And I know it's tender, but that's a really good sign that there is healing going on here. Also, another really great sign is, if you look back here, this is normal. This hoof here wasn't affected nearly as bad, and this is normal. And so there's no inflammation. The inflammation is completely gone in these other hooves here. So I'm really thankful about that, and I see that as a good sign. Another really good sign for this calf is she has not lost appetite at all. And another really great thing is most of the mornings when I come mainly feed her, she's on her feet. So she's using her feet, even with just the terrible things that she's gone through. So let's get this last hoof done, and we'll let her be. We'll give her a bottle tonight, and that's definitely enough stress on her for a while. Well, we got the job done, and this is one thing that is not the most fun about homesteading, but sometimes, you know, you have critters and animals that for whatever reason don't feel good, and this time we just got this calf this way. But you know, I think we're gonna have a follow-up video on this calf that she's gonna be walking fine, and she's gonna live a happy life because we tended to her soon enough and got to everything soon enough. and did treat her accordingly, and so she's going to be able to come out of that. So not a very fun video today, but yet this is reality of what happens. So we're going to go ahead and just let her back in the barn. We're going to get her a bottle and call it a night. So thanks for watching, and that's all for today.